Hey all you Disney kids, you're as welcome as can be. As a first-generation Disney Channel kid, I have fond memories of watching classic programming on the Disney Channel. One such program was The Wonderful World of Disney. I was fascinated by not only our host, Walt himself, but also of the educational storytelling. I loved the animated cutaways. In this particular episode, Magic Highway USA, which was originally part of the Disneyland series, which aired in 1958, you'll see an amazing story of how roads are created. Today, looking back with the knowledge that we know, especially about our environment, it might be a little hard to watch, especially when the trees are being cut down. But I found it especially fascinating to see it as a glimpse in time to see how roads were built in the 1950s. I hope you enjoy the presentation.
One of the many freedoms we enjoy today, yet often take for granted, is the freedom of the American road, to come and go as we please in our pursuit of happiness. Today we enjoy the pleasure and convenience of going places in engineering marvels such as this modern automobile.
Restless and wandering, our roads meander through quiet villages. They dip into fertile valleys, and they tap rich farmlands. Our roads climb the highest mountains and spread out across our great prairies. They arch over lakes and rivers. Our roads lead us to the big cities. We're a nation on wheels. We like to go places. Spin a wheel, and we span a nation. Our roads are the lifelines of America, channeling our everyday needs. Today, smooth highways are taken for granted. Since the days of the pioneer wagon trails, we've come a long way over the road. New highway construction is rapidly changing the face of the nation. But behind this progress, there's a lot of long-range planning. To determine the need for a new highway, engineers try to anticipate future population densities. At various places, the daily count of automobile traffic is recorded. From these tabulations, traffic flow charts are prepared for study. Even the number and location of all traffic accidents help determine the need for a new highway. Laying out a highway route starts in the air. A $12,000 camera takes many miles of three-dimensional photos. From these overlapping pictures, every fence post, tree, bird bath, and boulder can be measured accurately. The photo strips are assembled into one giant aerial map covering hundreds of square miles. Over this, the proposed new highway routes are indicated with colored tape. Wherever possible, the route is planned to bypass schools, cemeteries, hospitals, and churches. At public meetings, all information about the proposed highway is presented for discussion. Everyone in the community may voice his opinions or ask questions. Final adoption of the highway route is decided by the State Highway Commission. With the highway boundaries now set, real estate values on the right-of-way are appraised. Agents representing the state call on the property owners and make arrangements for the purchase or relocation of their property. Figuring the cost of a superhighway is an avalanche of mathematics. A mile can cost $1 million. For instance, if the route slices through the mountains, designers must know in advance precisely how much of a mountain must be moved to fill a valley. Electronic computers come up with the correct answers in a matter of seconds. Painting a bridge's portrait before it is built gives the bridge engineer an idea of how his design will blend with the landscape. Accurate scale models also aid the highway engineer in solving many design problems. After many months of planning and designing, the new highway is all rolled up into thousands of blueprints and drawings. Before construction begins, surveyors stake out the center line of the new highway. Next come the mechanical monsters to clear a wide path for the right-of-way. Some trees are cut one at a time. Others are mowed down like wheat. Giant razors have shaved a path through the wilderness. Before you move a mountain, you soften it up a little. Everything along the right-of-way goes, one way or another. In the city, old houses and buildings are literally chewed to bits. When the dust clears, you can see a right-of-way through the city. Now it's time for the earth movers to go to work. With the power of 1,000 horses, bulldozers team up to move tidal waves of dirt. A belt loader cascades the earth into trucks, 22 tons in 10 seconds. Elsewhere, diesel dinosaurs gorge themselves with 35 tons of dirt in one bite. The march of these monsters never stops. Earth from the mountains is carried to the valleys. They dig, they spread, and they level, all on the run. Wet it down, then walk over it with 1,000 feet, and you've got a solid foundation for the highway. foundations are pounded deep and solid to hold their backbone of steel. Preparing the roadbed for final paving is a meticulous operation. Moving on the pavement forms, a machine scrapes, pulverizes, and distributes the subsoil in a long windrow. To this is added cement. Following is another machine which mixes the cement with the soil, adds water, and flattens it out. After a topping of oil is added, the fantastic paving machines move into place. The dry sand and cement mix is dumped into the hopper, funneled into the mixer, and poured out the other side. These automated paving machines spread, tamp, and smooth out a wide ribbon of concrete at over 8 feet a minute. However, man is allowed to add a few finishing touches. Meanwhile, many special signs are prepared for the new highway. Then the final frills. White traffic lines and landscaping. Another new highway is finished and ready for the all-important ribbon-cutting ceremony. More and more new highways are being opened each day, but we're still not building them fast enough. Here is the highway construction engineer's dream come true.
Interest in our national highway program is nationwide. Helping to aid the highway engineer in solving his many problems are some rather startling suggestions received from the motorists themselves. Many demands are received to eliminate unsightly billboards and to preserve our scenic beauties. For an extra lane, thinner cars could ride the white line. For important business conferences, a wider car is proposed. Some drivers feel that cars should be equipped with anti-passing devices. New space-saving car designs are suggested for more efficient traffic congestion. Here's a good question. Why not rubber highways and concrete wheels? Some motorists demand arched boxcars for stalled freight trains. For on-the-spot traffic analysis, the elevator seat. And for the hopelessly trapped motorist, the portable automobile. Here is the motorist's dream come true, the disposable highway vehicle. Reserved for extreme emergencies is the do-it-yourself freeway. Some feel that highway design should reflect civic pride. Here is the Milwaukee Pretzel Cloverleaf, the Florida Keys Overpass, the Wheeling, West Virginia Traffic Circle, the Texas Lone Star Interchange, the Chicago Loop, and the Las Vegas Toll Road. For a quick snack on the highway, the Roving Restaurant. A mobile car wash would provide complete service en route. Motion pictures while in motion. The traveling drive-in theater. To combat driving fatigue, we might welcome the highway slumber bus. Swift justice for the traffic violator. Arrested, tried, and sentenced, all in a package deal. Perhaps these ideas are a little too eccentric to ever reach the final blueprint stage. However, there are highway experts, men of vision, who try to predict more seriously what the highway of the future will be like.